Hello, how are you today? This is Bong Soo-jung, Korean labor attorney. Today I'd like to introduce flexible working hours. So this flexible working hours means the certain weeks they work more than 40 hours, they work up to 52 hours, and certain week they work like 28 hours per week. Then on average it's 40 hours per week. Then company doesn't have to pay overtime. So overtime is very high. It's like 50% additional wage should be paid, the 100% plus additional 50%. So that means this additional payment is huge for the company's labor cost. So to manage a company's operation effectively without causing any the overtime pay is very important. So for example, some luxury brand company, they have a peak season in December, but in the January they don't have much sale. Then in December they can have their employee work on 2 shifts. Then they work a lot of overtime. Then every week they work 52 hours. But then in following January, there is no much work needed. Then the employee will have their work only 28 hours each week. Then 2 months range, it is average is 40 hours per week. That means company doesn't have to pay overtime in January. Also, company let their workers take the longer break. So this is very reasonable for the company to introduce. So here, in order to introduce this flexible working hours, company should introduce some way they can introduce this system. So this is for 2 weeks range, it is possible to introduce this flexible working hours, just the changing the rules of employment. Then it is possible to use flexible working hours. Also, more than 2 weeks, like 1 month, 3 months, or 6 months period, then they must have company must have some collective agreement with the employee representative. So here, what is employee representative? That means if there is a labor union, the represent more than half of the workers, then such a labor union can be employee representative. But there are no such a labor union, then workers should choose their own the representative who can negotiate with the employer for introduction of the flexible working hours. Then the employee representative and company will have an agreement for some condition of flexible working hours. Then it is possible to introduce flexible working hours. Then if they have a 3 months period, then particular months or particular the weeks they work like more than 40 hours. Then still, if there is the 40 hours on average for 3 months period, then employee doesn't have to pay any overtime pay. So it's very reasonable for the managing labor cost under control. So this system is very desirable in this pandemic period. Okay, this is all. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.